bill is like, people love that. I mean, they really do. And non-Clemson people think that's cool. Like, wow, what are you doing? You just meet them, and it's a way to meet a lot of people. I can't tell you how many times I've been out and about, and I'll just say, here, you throw a $2 bill, whether it's a tip or a bill or whatever, and people love it. They really do. And it's just one of those cool things. And what a neat tradition. And especially back when you're trying, bowl bids were a big deal back in the day. You want to get the Blue Bonnet Bowl, or remember them Hall of Fame Bowl, and some of those bowls. You didn't have that many bowls, and so to get a bid was a big deal. And part of that was how many tickets can you sell, how many fans can you bring. I think part of trying to maybe measure that a little bit, especially when there's cash was king, right? You didn't have debit cards and all this stuff, phones, and so everybody's leaving these $2 bills, and it was a way to get that into the circulation of the economy there locally, and you just all of a sudden you got a bunch of $2 bills with tiger paws floating around everywhere because people are paying with them. And so even though now everything's more digital and you got cards and debit cards and things, people still bring those $2. I do the same thing. Kath will go get me like $52 bills. I'll run out and I guess they still stamp them because she just brings them home, and I know she don't stamp them.
I think Clemson banks are the only ones in America that carry the $2 bills, and some of them will stamp them for you.
Yeah. And my father-in law's a printer. He don't print money, but he loves to get those $2 bills, and he's got the stamp. So he constantly goes to the local banks there in Hoover, Alabama. And he's got a little quick copy printing, but he constantly goes to those banks and gets $2 bills, and he stamps them and he hands them out. He hands them out all the time. He's 83, and he hands $2 bills out to everybody in Hoover, Alabama.
Awesome.
And you know what? And that was something that started with George Bennett. That's pretty cool.
We were talking earlier about freshmen that flashed. I guess who in particular, but the freshmen you remember that flashed?
Ask me about somebody. Anybody?
Gideon.
Yeah, he had a good day. All the backs. Gideon did a nice job. Zuma May's not a freshman; he's a redshirt freshman. Both of those guys were outstanding today. Both flashed, and I'm trying to think of other freshmen.
Brookins.
Who?
Brookins.
Yeah, Logan has been really just a guy steadily getting better. He's a guy that. If he's not in that top three, we got a pretty good little group right there with OPH and SAP and Benny. So he's a guy that if he's not in that top three, we'll try to probably hold him if we can. But let me tell you, he's as good as anybody we got. He's a lot like Bencore last year, knowing that we had Brenny and OPH and SAP. We don't want to waste a year, but he's a guy that we'll probably have ready all year. But that kid is special, man. He's probably as gifted as anybody when it comes to his change of direction and his explosiveness, in and out of cuts. He's a very gifted kid. He's tough as nails. He ain't got no choice, and wouldn't be able to live with Keith. So he's a tough kid. So he's doing really, really well.
What about Logan Anderson? Physically, he looks really good.
Logan's going to be a really good player. I'd say he and Drew and Kubah-Taylor, those three kind of got that group of guys I talked about. You got those guys that they just need reps. They just, like you see Drew coming. Drew and Kubah-Taylor. Kubah-Taylor is, the most probably explosive hitter we got. That says a lot. Like this kid is an explosive hitter. He is a true thumper. He's just got to put it all together. He's just a guy that's going to develop. He'll be a special teams guy for us. Same with Drew Woodaz. Drew looks great. Drew's really grown. He looks great. He's literally physically grown, and he's a really good athlete. He's fast. He's putting together. Logan was out all spring, so he's just got the most to learn and a lot of installation. But as far as his athleticism, his traits, he's got all the traits. So coming off an ACL injury too, he's done a nice job, 226 or 7 pounds, and got a little ways to go as far as putting it all together. But we really like him as a prospect.
Gavin Blanchard, someone you last time.
Yeah, Gavin is. He's played some center today. He's played left guard. He's played right guard. He's played right tackle. True freshman, and he's functional. So to be able to be functional at 4 positions as a true freshman, that tells you how he's made from a football IQ standpoint. And he's a tough physical kid, so he's just taking advantage of his opportunity. And, you know, one of those guys that hopefully will be a good depth guy for us.
That left guard position, how's that going with Sewell and Sadler?
It's a battle. I mean, those guys they're just, I don't see any form or fashion that, you know, those first 7 guys aren't going to play. They're all going to play. I mean, it's just too close. I mean, they're all really good players. But obviously 5 will run out there. We'll figure that out as we get closer to the game. But I'm really pleased with that group.
Braden Easton coming back from injury. How are they progressing?
Who?
Braden Jacobs.
Braden was out there today. He got some work in today. He's doing good. Good to get him back rolling a little bit.
Talking about Gideon had a good day today. Tony Elliott used to talk about sticking your face in the fan. Have you seen that willingness with him to block, pass, protect?
Oh yeah. He's just, you know, happens really, really fast. And I mean, so the game's still slowing down for him when it comes to, especially all the stuff that he's looking at defensively right now. There's a lot going on over there. He got a lot going on, like a washing machine. There's stuff everywhere, man. So, I mean, he's willing. That's the main thing. So, and he's smart. And as long as you got that, the rest of it will come through getting some good reps.
It's a trivia question leading into a bigger question.